Is our discussion on the Course in Miracles and the lessons in miracles. I'm Karen Palmer, and I'm here with my co-host, Auntie Jean, and our beautiful family. We have Christine Elizabeth, and we have the beautiful Gracie. So we are going to do a short little meditation to bring us into our heart, to quiet the busyness of our day. So I just invite you to close your eyes to all distractions. To just let yourself be completely at peace. Feel the gentleness and the tenderness. As you just rest in your heart. Just feel that dropping down from your mind right into the heart. Feel that beautiful breeze of ease and grace. Letting all things just dissolve into the love and the light of the absolute oneness and the perfect love that you are. Feel that energy melting into your heart. Feel the warmth as you begin to radiate that beautiful energy out into the world. To everyone, you offer healing, and it returns to you. Because to give and to receive are one in truth. And feel this energy as you are letting all the gifts that you have received extend out into the world, across all time, space, and dimensions. Feel that powerful, miraculous energy just radiating to everyone, everywhere. Feel that gentleness and the power of your heart in complete certainty of your absolute oneness and the perfect love radiating out, perfect joy, perfect peace, perfect health, going to all creation. And as you gently come back, start to just feel into that knowingness that you are completely and totally in that absolute oneness, and that you can rest and trust and just listen as everyone shares a little bit about their lesson that they experienced today. Hey, John, Thaddeus.
John.
Hi, Mozzarella Man.
Man, we're in my way, that's mozzarella. I like
Love you, sweetheart. We're so happy that you're here. And welcome, Catherine. So happy that you're here too, sweetheart. So, we had an amazing day all day long. We got to be quiet and feel the love. Oh, and Teri's here. She's listening as she's driving. Oh, thank you,
we will
Teri.
bother you, Mama.
Mama P, we love you. We love you. So you can feel that love radiating out to keep you safe while you're driving and see you having a very peaceful evening. And so, Auntie Jean, what about you? How's this lesson for you?
I'm just looking at this, and when you see the screen, are you seeing all kinds of things over my face?
I'm just seeing in quiet, I received God's word today, lesson 125 at the bottom of the screen. It's not across your
Oh, okay.
face.
Well, on top of what I'm seeing is right across my face. It says live and has a timer, and then it has a eye with a 3 on it. I don't know what this are, but I can't even see myself. So I was wondering what you all were seeing. Um, these lessons, the last few ones we've had, have been just so potent, so full of love and connection with the divine. It's, you know, this Course in Miracles is amazing. A lot, it's almost like it's been given to me. Well, it's been given to all of us, but I mean, to me, it's been given to me as a way of answering some of the questions I've had for so long. It's smooth. I don't know. It's smooth the path for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's, things like, I've always felt that God speaks to me, and I've always felt that I hear him in my voice. I That's what I'm hearing. And I have had, like I said before, I think yesterday, I've had people tell me, be careful, it may not be him speaking. And so that kind of upset me when I first heard it. And it's like this lesson has a big, I underlined it, um, where it says that it is your voice to which you listen as he speaks to you. So it is your voice you may be hearing, but it's actually the divine speaking to you, the creator speaking to you. Anyway, it's just been so
You're
magnificent
so
for me.
funny. But
Yeah,
go on.
when other people are projecting their fears onto you, Auntie Jean, all you need to do is just say, I don't know, maybe for you, I don't know. And
Um,
then you don't have to, go into taking a position or anything. You can just, if
Yeah.
somebody is, especially if somebody's set in their ways and is like saying, you know, well, you better be careful who you're listening to, and
well,
you can just,
it's not, and I let it go. I mean,
yeah,
it sounds like I've been holding this kind of feel. I haven't, but it's kind of nice to have the confirmation that it, or the feeling that you were hearing what you thought you were hearing, that you were
always.
believing what you thought you were believing. And so uh, this course is just, it actually is making us one with God
Right? Absolutely.
and one with each other. I mean, it's actually just drawing us into this wonderful, wonderful walking paradise. That's the only thing I can describe it as. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
yeah. And we don't have too many people to talk tonight.
No, we don't.
You guys,
Welcome, Joanne Castillo. Thank you for being here.
Lan.
Well, I can share a little bit from Pam. This is a fun thing from Pam, and then we'll have you, if anybody else does want to share anything, please go right ahead.
I will. I am happy that everyone get along today, and
did I lose everybody?
And I appreciate everyone got along, and no one yelling, and no one screaming, and no one yelling. So I appreciate that my moments. See, and
Thank you.
I went to the doctor with often too, and my health really was good.
Oh, that's wonderful, Christine. That's wonderful. And welcome our beautiful Miracle Marlene. Thank you for being here. So this is a fun lesson. I really love this one from Pam. Invincible Mario, here I come. We were trying to create something that had never been done before. This is the Super Mario Brothers. If I remain eye to eye with the problem, I will continue to fight it. If I stubbornly refuse to budge from the level of my alleged difficulty, we will continue knocking the living daylights out of each other. Lesson 125. In quiet, I receive. I learn to resolve my issues with a different approach. Instead of staring down my issues, I channel Nintendo's Super Mario, who completes his mission by jumping to higher levels. When I duck into the secret coin rooms and other quiet places, I'm able to confront my stuff from an elevated perspective. So, this is what the Course talks to us about going vertical. It talks about the borderland. It talks about us looking at from a higher perspective. When I recognize my true nature, love, the highest level possible, my opponents are less daunting. Why would I want to duke it out anyway? From the highest level, solutions, answers, and revelations show up. And I discover they were always within me all the time. So that was the lesson in Miracles Experiment, the Course in Miracles Experiment with Pam Grout. And then we'll have Auntie Jean read our lesson for tomorrow. Tomorrow is another beautiful lesson.
Karen, can I interrupt for a few
Oh,
minutes?
yes, Gracie. Yes.
Yes, I have the reading from the insights.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Yes.
wonderful.
So, yes, so from the insights, it says, in quiet, I receive God's word today. Healing comes to the quiet mind. Attitudes are changed. Circumstances are seen in a new way. It is like the black and white picture where if you look at it one way, you see two faces looking at each other. If you look at it in a new way, you see one face. Through the quiet mind, the world is seen anew. The quiet mind sees through the thin veneer of separate bodies. The mind that is quiet is brought to God's peace. The conflict brought about by ego's thinking is laid aside and dissolves into the nothingness it is. The quiet mind sees clearly. Here there is rest. Here there is God's peace. What was once perceived as complicated and difficult now is seen as simple as the fear is dissolved and the love that was always there shines forth. All false ideas fall away and the truth comes forth as love's simplicity is seen. Here there is rest. Here is the eternal truth. Here is the soul's deepest nourishment, what we all long for in our heart of hearts. And okay, so and and all this comes when we are willing to quiet our minds and rest a while in love's healing presence. The deep inner longing and the search for God ends because here it is. It has always been right here in the quiet mind, waiting for our return. There's a lot more, so I'll just leave it there. But I think that's just wonderful. And it says here, yet in truth, being quiet and hearing God's voice is our natural state. Isn't that so true?
So true.
That is so true. It takes great effort to keep our minds so busy that we are unaware of our unity with God. It takes so much effort that we have to lay our bodies down to rest for almost a third of every day just to rebuild our energy so that we can spend another day keeping busy and defending against our natural state of peace in the heart of God. Now is the time to lay that aside and return to our natural state. Now is the time to accept His peace. Now is the time to return to love.
Oh, thank you, Gracie. That's so beautiful. I'm so happy that you had that to share.
Yes, I think it's just very wonderful. Um, because it says, and sure enough, when I come out of spending time with God, I come back a better person. And in those few moments that I spend with God, I bring back enough courage and strength with me to carry me through the seeming conflict. Today, I might not know what the answer is, but I also know what the answer isn't. I think it's so powerful, such a great perspective on the silence, on the fact that that's when we come home. That's when we come back to nourishment. That was so powerful. Thank you for allowing me to bring that forth on Teri's behalf.
Let me click on this and got a message from Teri. She says, I sure miss being with you on tonight, but I'm loving being able to hear what you have to share.
Oh, that's nice, Terry.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Teri. Okay, shall I go ahead and read now? Okay. That was beautiful, Gracie. Thank you so much. All that I give is given to myself. Today's idea completely alien to the ego and the thinking of the world is crucial to the thought reversal which this course will bring about. If you believe this statement, there would be no problem in complete forgiveness, certainty of goals, and sure directions. You would understand the meanings by which salvation comes to you and would not hesitate to use it now. Let us consider what you do believe in place of this idea. It seems to you that other people are apart from you and able to behave in ways which have no bearing on your thoughts, nor theirs on yours. Therefore, your attitudes have no effect on them, and their appeal for help are not in any way related to your own. You further think that they can sin without affecting your perception of yourself, while you can judge their sin and yet remain apart from condemnation and at peace. When you forgive a sin, there is no gain to you directly. You give charity to one unworthy merely to point out that you are better on a higher plane than he whom you forgive. He has not earned your charitable tolerance, which you bestow on one unworthy of the gift because his sins have lowered him beneath a true equality with you. He has no claim on your forgiveness. It holds out a gift to him, but hardly to yourself. Thus is forgiveness basically unsound, a charitable whim, benevolent yet underdeserved, a gift bestowed at other times withheld. Unmerited, withholding it is nor is it fair that you should suffer when it is withheld. The sin which you forgive is not your own. Someone apart from you committed it. And if you then are gracious unto him by giving him what he does not deserve, your gift is no more yours than was his sin. If this be true, forgiveness has no grounds on which to rest dependably and sure. It is an eccentricity in which you sometimes choose to give indulgence, an undeserved reprieve. Yet it remains your right to let the sinner not escape the justified repayment for his sin. Think you the Lord of heaven would allow the world's salvation? Sorry, the pages are so thin. Salvation to depend on on this? Would not his care for you be small indeed if your salvation rested on a whim? You do not understand forgiveness as you see it. It is but a check upon overt attack without requiring correction in your mind. It cannot give you peace as you perceive it. It is not a means for you to release, I'm sorry, release from what you see in someone other than yourself. It has no power to restore your unity with him to your awareness. It is not what God intended it to be for you. Not having given him the gift he asks of you, you cannot recognize his gifts and think. He has not given them to you, yet would he ask you for a gift unless it was for you? Could he be satisfied with empty gesture and evaluate such petty gifts as worthy of his son? Salvation is a better gift than this, and true forgiveness as means by which it is attained must heal the mind that gives. Forgiving is receiving. What remains is unreceived, has not been given, but what has been given must have been received. Today we try to understand the truth that gives and receives are the same, that giver and the receiver are the same. You will need help to make this meaningful because it is so alien to the thoughts to which you are accustomed. But the help you need is there. Give him your faith today and ask him that he share your practicing in truth today. And if you only catch a tiny glimpse of the release which lies in the idea we practice for today, this is a day of glory for the world. Give 15 minutes twice today to the attempt to understand today's idea. It is the thought by which forgiveness takes in proper place in your priorities. It is the thought that will release your mind from every bar to what forgiveness means and let you realize its worth to you. In silence, close your eyes upon the world which does not understand forgiveness and seek sanctuary in the quiet place where thoughts are changed and false beliefs laid by. Repeat today's idea and ask for help in understanding what it really means. Be willing to be taught. Be glad to be heard as the voice of truth. And healing speak to you, and you will understand the words he speaks and recognize he speaks your words to you. As often as you can, remind yourself you have a goal today, an aim which makes this day of special value to yourself and all your brothers. Do not let your mind forget the goal for long, but tell yourself, all that I give is given to myself. The help I need to learn that this is true is with me now, and I will trust in him. Let me read that again. All that I give is given to myself. The help I need to learn that this is true is with me now, and I will trust in him. Then spend a quiet moment opening your mind to his correction and his love. And what you hear of him, you will believe, for what he gives will be received by you. So we're back to forgiveness again,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that we don't really understand what forgiveness is until we understand it through God's eyes. And I that's what I was saying yesterday. I read that part where it said, until I have forgiveness, I'm blind. I truly can't see through the eyes of God what's real until I've learned what forgiveness is. And it was
We're being asked to forgive the illusion. We're not being asked to forgive any certain person or any certain thing. We're being asked to forgive ourselves for believing that the separation ever happened. And that's what forgiveness to heal is. But what they were reading in the beginning, the forgiveness that you were reading about in the beginning is forgiveness to attack. And that's how we've been programmed, basically, to believe that forgiveness is an attack. It's
Mm-hmm.
a way to make yourself feel holier than thou, and to
Mhm.
somebody has to be wrong so that you can be right. And that's how the ego keeps this whole perpetuating world going. It's a projection. It's continual projection. Projection makes perception, and the more we project out, like, I don't like what's inside of me. I don't want to deal with my guilt. I don't want to deal with my feeling of that I have separated from God. I don't want to face that. I don't want to believe that. That's in our unconscious. So it's like, but it's always there, and it's playing its little record in our head. And so the ego has to go out and look for people to blame.
That's what I was going to say. It seems to me, from what it said, is that we're always looking to be able to point someone and say, well, that person is worse than me. I'm above that person, which is another thing. I think that kind of that's what prejudice is that because of your own weakness or feelings or guilt or whatever, you're looking to project it onto someone else. You somehow think that that is a benefit to you, but it's not, you
Right,
know.
because what we give and we receive. So if we're giving out blame and shame and guilt, it comes right back to us and like a boomerang hits us in the face, you know? So I love that the Course makes it so simple and that all we have to do is forgive ourselves for the illusion. And, you know, once we forgive ourselves for the illusion and we accept the atonement for ourselves, that's all that's left for the miracle workers to do. And then when we
Right on.
accept the atonement for ourselves, then we accept the atonement for all beings, because the atonement means that we are at one with everything and everyone. So we ready to go into our next part of our session?
I think so. I think I'm going to have to really read this over again and think about it. But it's amazing to me how important the quality of forgiveness is to our salvation, to our our truth, you know. Um, and that's why they talk about it so much in the Course in Miracles. You know, for a while there we said not forgiveness again, but you know, it really is bringing to the forefront how very important that is.
But it's also showing us that we haven't really been forgiving. It's the ego that's been doing the forgiving. It's the ego thought system that has been trying to teach us. And we've been following a teacher who's been teaching us what forgiveness is. And now we're learning a new perspective and a new perception of forgiveness. So we just need to be open to receive that. We just need to be open to learn. We have to be happy learners in this happy dream. Now we get to, you know, the nightmare's over because we're all waking up, and now we just get to live in this happy dream, you know. So moving into our chanting.
Anyway, I was just going to say, it's like Sharon said, that if there's no judgment, there's no need for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So here's our chant. We're going to go into our first chant, which is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And we'll chant that 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then I will lead us in a short meditation on freedom, and we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Paye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam Ganapataye
Om Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
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 Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
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 Namaha.
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 Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam
Namaha. Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Naha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye.
Namaha.
Oh.
Ganapataye
Namaha.
So just take a moment to just feel that freedom, the freedom of all obstacles, barriers, conflicts, illusions, and illnesses just being removed. And now we open ourselves up to the miracles with the miracle chant. And we'll go into our second chant, which is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And we'll do that 3 times slow. And then we'll have our Auntie Jean let us know when we get to the number 108. And then we'll go into my part where we go into the next session. So Auntie Jean, can you tell us how we do this?
Yes. Well, we do it 3 times slowly, just like we did the other, and then we'll do 108. And when we get done, I'll let you know. And Karen will give us a beautiful another chant to our Creator and some very wonderful love that we send to the world. So we declare that everyone is accepting, aligning, and allowing and awake. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
And we are declaring that everyone is happy and healthy. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
And thirdly, we are declaring that everyone is living in peace, harmony, free of all suffering and delusion, and in happiness. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
No,
Myoho Renge
we
Kyo.
go.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Go.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
We go.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Go.
Renge Kyo.
We
Nam
go.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
We
Nam Myoho
go.
Renge Kyo.
Go.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Go. We
Nam Myoho Renge
go.
Kyo.
We
Nam Myoho Renge
go.
Kyo.
Go.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Go.
Nam
We
Myoho
go.
Renge Kyo.
We go.
Nam Myoho Renge
We
Kyo. Nam
go.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Go.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho And now we'll bring our attention into the gratitude for our Creator. So we will chant Om 3 times slow, taking a nice deep breath. Now we'll bring our heart and our brain into coherence by just slowing down our breath. And just bringing all of our attention down into our heart. Just feeling that perfect love, that absolute oneness. And so grateful. Just so grateful for everything, for everyone. And just feeling that. Filling up every cell, every tissue, every molecule of this body. And then just radiating it out across all creation. All of life. Receiving this perfect love. Receiving this absolute oneness. Letting it wash over everything and everyone. And as we come back, we'll just say Om Shanti. And every night we do our declaration. So I'm going to ask that Christine can share that with us tonight.
I am by honor. I declare that a piece of milk is nice hour inside and you enjoy it and enjoy the fresh air about a time. 1, 2, 3.
We declare that there is peace on earth,
love,
and we declare that peace begins inside of us.
So it is.
So it is.
And ever. Amen.
Amen. And we do this as a group called
The Peace for
Peace.
Peace.
And all of us here are P's, and everyone listening is a P. And there are so many P's, and we are growing and growing. And all I have to say is, wouldn't you like to be a P too? And we can fill the earth with P's for peace and happiness.
Yes.
And the first thing to do is be
kind.
Yes.
Love you all and Grace.
Go ahead.
No, Gracie, I
Okay.
want you to sing.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And each night, as we know, our Mama P is on the road and she's seeing those hills. Those hills are chanting, and those hills are alive.
Lies. Chanting.
And
the twinkling of peace.
And there's smiles on
faces.
Because peace is coming
around the corner when we chant.
And we chant, peace is coming
around the corner when we chant.
Peace is coming
around the corner.
Smiles on people's faces. Peace is coming around the mountain.
When we chant.
And Mama P driving round the mountain.
When we
She's a boulder. She is driving around the mountain. Mama P driving around the mountains. While we are chanting for we are all in wishing her safe trip to be kind. Thank you.
Love you all. And
stay in your heart and
Heart.
stay blessed.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I always forget that I have to shut it off.
And
Love
we're going to
you.
close out
Yeah.
with
Namaste,
Namaste.
y'all.
we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Love you,
Night.
Teri.
We love you, Mama.
Love you, sweetheart. Have a wonderful